We're here at Sergeant Pepper Cafe in Long Street with fashion editor from Elle Magazine, Asanda Sizani. How are you doing?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm good. Now we really want to know more about you and how you got into the fashion industry. So can you tell us more about yourself, where you're from, and yeah, just more about you.
Alright, well I'm 26 years old. I feel like I've been in this industry for many years actually. I started out as a student working in retail. I was working at Jenny Button while paying for my studies, and I studied art direction and graphic design because I thought, okay, I'm creative, I love the creative fields, that's what I want to do. But I mean, I've always loved fashion and I've always loved beautiful things. And basically, when I was here in Cape Town, I come from the Eastern Cape.
Okay.
When I came to Cape Town, I decided, you know what, this is an amazing city. There's so much energy and there's so much vibrancy within the city. I might as well just see what's out there. And so I started to do multiple amount of things to get to where I am today.
Okay, so was your first entrance into the fashion industry at Jenny Button?
Yes.
What exactly did you do with them?
I was working in store in one of the Canal Walk mall stores. So I was working in store as a stylist in store and just assisting everyone in there. So that is where I learned how to handle clothes, how to speak the fashion language, how to style people. It was really my first entry into retail.
Yeah. And then how did you get from retail to writing about fashion and then obviously becoming fashion editor of Elle?
My first job was after that, proper job now, after being a student, was a TV production company called Clockwork Zoo. I was working there and I worked my way up from being a production assistant to being junior producer of the TV show, and it was a TV show on SABC3 called African Couture, and it was a fashion series. So there I was writing scripts, I was conceptualizing the inserts, I was going backstage at Fashion Week, I was running around getting interviews, I was doing this, you know. So yeah, me having to write the scripts and sometimes translating scripts for another TV show called Hip to Be Square at the time, a maths and science TV show for kids. That's when I started to really develop my writing and know how to word and contextualize what I'm trying to say and interview people as well.
What is a typical day, being a fashion editor in Elle?
Every day is different. I mean, Monday through to Friday is not the same, and a lot of the shoots that we do are about 2-3 months in advance. But it's a lot of admin. There's no glamour. I mean, I'm always in my heels and I walk everywhere, but it's not glamorous at all. It's a very small environment that we live in. It's a very small team that produce Elle Magazine. So every day is different. There's a lot of admin, there's a lot of copywriting. We write copy, we brainstorm, there's meetings, there's meeting clients, there's attending launches and events. There's certain commitments that we need to have. And then, of course, I'm producing the fashion pages, so we style up the shoots, we present them. Nothing goes into the issue without Jackie's approval. So we present the fashion pages, we shoot. We also are very big with our online presence as well. So we blog, we contribute, each of us, not just the online editor, each of us contribute content to our online, to our blog as well. So it's busy, it's varied things.
Yeah, the variety of people really contribute to putting it together.
Yeah, and sometimes we'll be asked to write a feature. Go in and interview someone, or maybe test a product and you have to report back on it. There's certain things, or maybe you have to travel somewhere and give us a report back about that. So it's not only just your fashion pages and your section that you care about, it's the entire brand as a whole. So each of us just do whatever is needed at the time.
Wow. Now we're all about African fashion and we really try to promote it. How do you feel the state, what do you feel about the state of African fashion at the moment?
Oh, everyone is looking to fashion, to Africa at the moment. Everyone is looking to this big, pulsating, amazing continent that's just so full of talent. I'm very, very passionate about Africa. I'm proud of being an African, of being a South African. I support South African and African brands as much as I possibly can. I never try not to go a day without wearing at least one item that's proudly made in this continent. And everyone is looking to us because they're finally seeing that, you know what, this continent has so much, you know.
We really do.
And we have so much that they can actually look to and draw inspiration from, instead of them coming here and taking things away from us. They need to look to us as the ones that are actually the movers and the shakers of the world. And I think it's about time that people gave us that respect, because we've earned it.
Yeah. Now, if you had to describe African fashion in 3 words, how would you describe it?
With my limited English, colorful, vibrant, inspirational.
Yeah, that's great. Now, we follow you on Twitter, and we noticed that you really like to visit local stores, especially here on Long Street, and tweet about them, to pick them, really show us pictures about trends that you like. So we decided that we'll join you today. So we're going to go onto Long Street and visit some stores.
Awesome. Thank you.